Happy Thursday, and welcome back to the You Good Podcast, the podcast where oversharing is encouraged and the thoughts get real. I am your host, C-Rod, and this week we're taking on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. Some might see this as the one magical week where love, stress, childhood triggers, and comfort foods all collide at full speed. We are breaking down holiday headspace, family chaos, emotional boundaries, and the moments that remind you why gratitude actually matters. Welcome to episode 23, Joy, Stress, and Mashed Potatoes, the Thanksgiving episode. Let's get into it.
No, I don't wanna live where I always feel broken. I just wanna live with a heart wide open. I don't ever wanna feel fear anymore. No.
Did you put that in there somewhere? In your guide?
For that.
Did you say let's talk about magic?
Like that's what I'm like. I'm looking for that because I was like, I don't believe so. Like that's why I'm like, what? Like, I think you made that up. Like, and that's I was very confused because I'm like, I don't see that anywhere.
That's too
on
funny.
here about mashed potatoes being a personality trait. Just mashed potatoes because it's Thanksgiving, dude. Like.
The hidden inside running jokes of producing an episode.
Oh my goodness.
You have any Thanksgiving
That's
plans?
crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to my parents' house. That's what we do every year. Or try to anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Thanksgiving, This is the first time that we have Kinsley with us. So usually we always have Christmas, but this year Kelsey had a baby with her new husband. So she asked if they could have a first Christmas at a new house with the new baby with Kinsley. I said, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't make it a headache, and we switched. So it'll be my first year without Kinsley for Christmas, which will be hard. But my parents got a cabin in the Pigeon Forge area, Gatlinburg.
Okay.
For a whole week. So we're
Nice.
actually driving up there tomorrow for the entire week. It's going to be
Fun.
a 10-12 hour drive.
That should be fun.
Fun but interesting. It'll be the first time we're taking a road trip this long with all three kids and both dogs.
Yeah. Well, just be prepared to stop a lot.
Oh yeah.
Stop a lot. Bathroom breaks up the ass. You can't make all the girls pee in bottles. My dad used to make us pee in jugs, so we didn't stop. We just
Callie would have no problem doing that, but she has to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The kids will just make a mess. So
Do you love Thanksgiving? Is that a big time for you?
I think it's more just like the family aspect of it, getting everybody together, whether that's, blood family or, friends. Like Marrero comes over most Thanksgivings. So like he'll be over at my parents' house, and
That's awesome.
I'm not sure who else randomly will be there, but it's always nice. For me, like growing up, I had a big family. Like my dad had a brother and a sister. My mom has a sister. I have multiple cousins. Going. It was normal for dinners to be 20, 30 people. So
Yeah.
that's since changed with people dying and
Sure.
things like that. So I would like to eventually maybe get back to giant gatherings and things, but
I don't know. It was kind of the same. It was opposite for me. Well, I guess same for me, where growing up, Thanksgiving was big for my grandparents. So we would always get together. There would be a ton of us, but I just feel like as we've gotten older and as we've gotten through, Thanksgiving is just like a time to, I don't know, relax for the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, I get that. I mean, with all the football and
Yeah,
everything
there's
else.
you know well, my parents used to do. I remember they used to get up and go to the stores for like the sale,
Black Friday. Oh
Black
yeah, Black
Friday. Yeah, yeah,
Friday on actual. I'm glad it's getting back to that where like it's not on Thursday, it's Friday again. Like I like that aspect of it. Like COVID, was some positives from COVID, I guess. Um, but being in Black Friday is now Black Friday again is uh pretty cool. My memories from Black Friday were pretty nuts though. I mean, waking up early to go grab a TV that now costs $100 is crazy to me.
yeah.
Like and back then it was like, oh, we get to save $150, and then people fighting over pallets, and like it would just be crazy. And I remember as I got older, my mom would be like, just be careful, just because I would go out on my own, and I'm like, it would just be a madhouse. And I don't have any interest in that now.
I
Zero.
think I think I maybe went out maybe one time, but I didn't like waking up early. I didn't like standing around. It was I know how crowded and crazy it is, and you know we started to see all the videos come out of like people fighting and trying to grab the last thing. But I do think it's it does suck that kind of tradition went away with Cyber Mondays and technology and Amazon, and now Black Friday is like 2 or 3 weeks long on Amazon. I've already
I'm
been
fine
getting
with it.
Cyber Monday deals.
That's fine.
Yeah,
So what? I'm absolutely okay with it. There are still like doorbuster deals for like these stores and stuff on Fridays. So
yeah.
it's also like it's different to see like what it is. Like I would be I haven't looked yet. If there's a grill on sale, I might be doing it. Who knows? Like
I do like that you have the option that they didn't, because I know that there was like a time when they really got away from the in-store stuff, and I guess you're right, it might have been during COVID only, but I like that you kind of have the option now, like, hey, if you want to go be that doorbuster shopper, by all means do it, and if you want to just be somebody who stays at home and clicks to shop, then it is what it is.
Yeah, you got those options too. So
Yeah.
I'm good with all that. I'm trying to think like any specific times. Like video games would be like a good Black Friday deal to get up
Hmm.
for. I mean, back when I was a kid and stuff. Um, but outside of that, like TVs, it's like
Yeah.
people were beating the crap out of each other to save $150. It's like Jesus Christ, guys. It was also last
Uh,
year's model. They're trying to get rid of it.
All right, well, we'll get into we'll definitely get more into holiday traditions, family times. We'll dig deeper to that, but let's go through this week's rotational opener. I know we've changed it up. I think we just did this a few episodes ago, but it is one of your favorite, and that's Song on Repeat. Do you want me to go
Yeah.
first?
I mean, it's up to you. I mean,
Well, last week you yelled at me for not going first, so I'll volunteer as tribute.
there you go.
And it's funny
It's
because
about time you did something cool. That's
I've been in the car a little bit more, picking Tegan up from school or picking the kids up from school, and I dropped my Spotify. I didn't drop it, but I just disconnected it, and I put on the radio. I put on this one station, and it was all old R&B songs, and for some reason they play a lot of Ja Rule, a lot of old
nice.
school Ja Rule.
So much
And-
Ja Rule and Ashanti.
Ja Rule and Ashanti, a lot of Mesmerize, Always on Time, Living It Up, prime 2001, 2002 Ja Rule, where he was on like every song. So I'm going to go with not one song in particular, but just, the early 2000s Ja Rule is I've been listening. I actually pulled him up on Spotify and started listening to him again after that day. So I would say Always on Time, great song. Mesmerize, great song. But that's been what I've been chilling to and vibing to in the car to stay in a good mood.
Hell yeah.
How about you?
Spotify, always gives me random stuff. There's this one that I've been listening to a lot. It's called Cinnamon Curls. Just like it's got like a smooth like R&B vibe, like chill, just a chill vibe. Cinnamon Curls are about this chick's hair, so.
So that's the name of the song, not the band. Is it a
No.
band? Is it?
It's a dude. His name's Tom Misch. I don't know. Tom and then Misch is his last name. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You know me. Random songs all the time. For the most part.
Cinnamon Curls is what has kept you going.
Yeah. It's kept me going. No, it's just a good song. It's just been what's on repeat. Not necessarily kept me going, but
so before we talk about the instantaneous food comas that everybody gets from Thanksgiving, I wanted to start this week off, getting in the right headspace or talking about the right headspace. I think the honest part of the holidays is the emotional side of it, right? Even if people say, the holidays are great or the holidays are bad, maybe I've experienced loss, or, maybe my family isn't as close as they once were. Even in like a good scenario, right? Even when I'm with my parents or just having the kids around, it's still a very chaotic time. Everybody's trying to make food. Everybody has traditions that, people want to play games. There's football on, and as you start having kids and grandkids and everybody in attendance, it's truly very chaotic, right? And I think a lot of people go into this holiday either missing Halloween or looking forward to Christmas. Sometimes it gets very passed over, especially if you're not a very big family person, or maybe there's anxiety just about the end of the year, the new year, the turn of the calendar. And I guess what I want everybody to think about when we talk about the holiday headspace is what emotion, sits closest to you, or what emotion surfaces as we get towards these holiday seasons. And is it something that you have to overcome or combat? And I guess that's my first question to you, Nick, is, do you feel more anxious or excited, whether it's going into the holidays this year or just in general? What does that look like for you?
Honestly, like this year, it's I guess I'm more. I don't know. Years past, it's been a lot of like triggers for like depression, like seasonal depression, just whether that be just not having my daughter on certain days, or just like not having the family holidays that I would like, and things like that. So in the years past, I've had to battle that a lot, to try to stay out of just being just depressed throughout the whole time. And lately, the last few years, I've been doing a lot of traveling in that time to like help keep my mind off things, and
Stay busy.
that's helped.
Yeah,
that's helped a ton. But this year, I'm looking forward to the holidays. I'm not. Around this time, in years past, it would be like, not looking forward to it, or like, oh, it's going to be grim, or whatever, just being in my own head.
It's emotionally draining, like I mentioned, to kind of open up the segment. Being that, there's that transition from Thanksgiving to Christmas, which I'm sure in the past, those feelings were very mutual. How did you kind of get through those, dark times, or just emotional dark thoughts?
It's just, I guess, either realizing a lot of people feel that same way like you do in the same time, or realizing that just isn't the case. Like I would feel alone a lot during these times, even though even if I would go to Thanksgiving at my mom's or whatever, I'd still just feel alone, because like maybe not necessarily had my own family to do it with, or if Sam wasn't around, like I'm back to just being me and my parents, or things like that. So I guess dealing with that would always be is always difficult, I guess.
I think it's important, like you mentioned, to realize it's not just yourself, that there are a lot of people out there who go through this holiday and these holiday seasons very lonely, very depressed. And before Friendsgiving was a big thing, I know that my parents would be like, hey, if somebody wants to come over for Thanksgiving, especially like when I was in college, if somebody didn't have a home to go back to, hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Oh, I'm just going to, sit out here and wait till everybody comes back home from the holidays. Well, if you want to come to my house, you're more than welcome. My family's cooking, or this person's making a meal.
It's always an open door policy at my house. I've had friends to this day that will just randomly stop by because they see a bunch of cars, and they'll just come over and knock on the door and walk right in. And it's been that way for 20 years, 25. You know what I mean? Like, it's been that way for forever. Especially college though, like for sure. Like a lot of frat brothers, especially the ones that are from out of state, they don't go back home during Thanksgiving because it doesn't make sense, because they got to come right back and then go again for Christmas break. So they won't, a lot of the times they can't afford to do that, so they're stuck down here with no family. And it's like, no, you got family, let's go. It's like you're coming with us. And so I totally get that mentality.
And that's why I like the idea of Friendsgiving more than I do Thanksgiving, because I don't think that Thanksgiving necessarily means you have to be, or it doesn't have to be a very family oriented thing. It can be a community thing, right? Or a friends thing, just a time to be thankful for the circle you have around you, whether that circle is close friends or immediate family or adopted family or step family, like whatever it might be. I just think it's about finding, your space, because maybe you're thankful for alone time, right? Maybe it's just a time for you to decompress. You're off of work or you're off of school, and maybe those 2 days are just 2 days you need to unwind and be around nobody. Maybe you're a busybody and always around a crowd or something. I think Thanksgiving looks a lot different from everybody's perspective.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely different for a lot of people. Me and you, I know have you said it was really ever a big deal, and I'm like, it's always, until as of the last few years, maybe like 4 or 5 years, it hasn't been a big deal. But before that, it's always been a thing, like where my brothers would come into town. And now one of them lives here now, so the other one from California is the only one that has to come in. But that hasn't happened in years. He's been busy, with his business out there and stuff. So
I think there's a couple of different emotional boundaries that come into play, especially for somebody like you who, was going from not being too excited about the holidays to now you're a little bit more open to it, a little bit more enthusiastic about it. Are there any emotional boundaries that you're kind of protecting about yourself going into this time?
Oh, I think I've already accepted the fact going into it that I'm gonna be alone, as far as like the morning of Christmas. Like I'll go over to my parents, but like waking up, I'm gonna be alone, and things like that. New Year's, more than likely gonna be alone. Birthday, also. I'm probably gonna be alone. Although I think I'm gonna end up going to New York, for the Alan Stone concert, and hang out with the girlfriend. So hopefully that will work out. But I think going into this year, instead of like how I've always, not always, how I used to do it would be just like look at all the negatives. I've decided to not do that. So like as much as like, oh, I'm going to be alone, it's like, okay, well, I can do XYZ because I am alone or whatever. So I'm trying to, instead of, like I said, instead of being like, oh, this is terrible, like glass half full, you know?
And that's what I was alluding to, right? A restorative time. Even though you may physically be alone, maybe it's just time, for you to continue working on yourself, or whatever that might be, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
If you could, I don't know, change something about Thanksgiving, what would that aspect be of the holiday?
I guess for me, I would like to see it, I guess, less, a lot of our, like, it's about surrounded around the TV, right? You start watching football 9 o'clock, and then it's like, or maybe even 11. I don't even know when the time the football starts these days. But okay, you got the Macy's parade, and then you got football.
I think
and then you
football
got-
starts later in the afternoon after the parade.
But either way, you're surrounded around the TV the whole day, and I'm like, I'd much rather not be like that be the central point. And I know that my family's done a really good job about, like, the TV's on, but it's not loud if it has sound at all. Like, it's about everyone in the room, talking and just catching up with who's ever there, because it's normally like you haven't seen these persons in months or even years sometimes. So it's always nice to just catch up. But I guess that would be the one thing I would change, is just unplug.
No, absolutely. It becomes a rotation of just couch food,
Mhm.
right? It's like you wake up, here's breakfast, here's the Macy Days parade, here's lunch, here's football, here's dinner, here's more football, here's dessert, and now you're getting into, who knows, maybe a Thanksgiving movie or maybe a Christmas movie. I know people kind of use Thanksgiving as that transition, and I think games are fun because Thanksgiving does tend to get boring. My uncle used to have a pool table, so we'd play pool. Or if you live somewhere warm for Thanksgiving, like Florida, and you have a pool,
Swim.
it's good to be outside. But I agree. I hate the aspect of like vegging, eating, sitting around, eating, drinking, and by 2-3 o'clock, like you feel like shit and you're ready to take a nap.
Oh yeah, well, you're gonna take a nap anyway because of the turkey, but yeah. I mean, it's very commercialized, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I mean, you're sitting and just vegging out, and then you're sleeping and waking up the next day to go buy shit. So I think I would change that aspect of it to be back to more like how it was when I was growing up, to where it's like, oh, all my family's together. Let's hang out, catch up, play outside. Well, I mean, that was when I was a kid. I mean, my parents would just be sitting out on the back patio, but shooting the shit, drinking. I mean, I don't drink, but I don't care. I'll still shoot the shit with you on the back patio. While the kids play, watch our kids play. Like, that's what I guess I'm missing out on. I never really got that aspect. Like, I never got to watch my daughter play with her cousins. She doesn't have any, like,
Fair.
So I don't know. That those things, like, when I look back at it, it's like, man, I wish. I mean, it's not too late. It's not too late to build those things either.
No, not at all. And so I guess that's a good transition here. Let's get into the Thanksgiving holiday, the family roles, the traditions that we normally know of, and I don't know. I know that some families have a role, right? Especially bigger families where it's like, hey, you make the rolls, or you make the turkey, or you make the stuffing, or you make breakfast.
Yeah.
Have you had those roles assigned in
Yep.
your Thanksgiving aspect, and what's your role?
Mm-hmm. Well, my role when we deep fry turkeys, I'm the one that's deep frying the turkeys. So, but because like it depends on how many people. Late like the last few years, it's been so small, it hasn't made sense to make two birds. So we just have been going with the traditional because of stuffing inside, and but yeah, for me it was I am in charge of deep frying the turkeys. My dad does these green beans, so like I gotta learn how to. I mean, I'm sure I know how to do it, but I gotta make sure like I got that in the bag for later on because those are a staple at Thanksgiving and Christmas, but mostly Thanksgiving because sometimes the thing a Christmas meal changes and the green beans don't make sense. So, but Thanksgiving's always the same.
What's the
I
what's
my
the secret behind the green beans, or what makes them different than other green
I really
beans?
don't know. I can't like I haven't learned it enough. Like
Okay.
I've only eaten them my whole life. I would like to say I really don't know. Once I find out the secret, I might tell you. But if it's really a secret, you know what I'm saying. If it's just if there's nothing random that's in this stuff, then yeah, I'll tell you what it is.
Salt and love. Salt and
Right,
love.
bacon. Maybe it's just the bacon he uses. Maybe it's a specific bacon. I don't know.
I I don't love a lot about Thanksgiving food. I think I stick to the stuffings.
Hmm.
Some people make mac and cheese. That's always delicious. I'm more of a side guy.
Your sides, you don't like the turkey or like ham? Well, we get ham too. We do ham and turkey.
Yeah, we do ham, but we also do ham for Christmas. And I'm not a big turkey guy. I don't like how
Mm.
tired it makes me. I don't like when it's too dry. What is it,
Uh,
the dark and white
that,
meat or light meat or something?
well, that doesn't exist in my house, but yeah.
I watched an Instagram video where some dude took like sticks of butter and shoved them into the breast of the turkey.
Oh, I saw that the other day.
And like when he cuts it open,
It's
just
just
squirts
good.
out
It just
butter.
goes like just. I'm like, is that even finished? Like it didn't. Like it was so much that I was like, that can't be done. Like there's
all the comments are like, would you like turkey with your butter?
yeah, a pound. We put a whole pound of butter in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people even started replacing turkey with chicken.
yeah. I couldn't. I mean, I get it. I mean, why not? I like it's the one time a year I eat fucking turkey. It's what I mean. It's not like
Yeah,
I go out of
yeah.
my like I'll eat it for Thanksgiving. Like
But then you got to eat it for like a week after because there's so many
nah,
leftovers.
nah. We don't have. It's not like that around my house. It's not that bad. Like people, my mom will get to go boxes to fucking make people take shit home.
Right,
It's not like that. Yeah,
right.
everybody. My aunt makes what pudding pie. It's been a thing. Like she always makes them. Like now she makes like these individual ones because not everybody wants it anymore. So,
Yeah,
cause well, it was one of Sam's favorites, and
I like a
things
good
like that.
broccoli cheddar casserole. Right.
Okay. Yeah, we don't do. We're not a big casserole family. Um, maybe they'll do a green bean casserole every once in a while, but it's mostly turkey, ham, green beans, sweet potatoes, maybe regular potatoes, stuffing, inside and outside stuffing. Uh, I don't know. There's a lot. That table's just full.
Did you
So,
say inside and out? What
yeah,
outside stuff? What does that mean?
So like just stovetop would be the outside one, and then inside
Okay.
would be like the one you actually stuff the turkey with the same stuff you make on the stovetop, and then it's just cooked inside the turkey.
Is that why it's called stuffing?
Yeah, buddy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
think I've ever had the stuffing placed directly in the turkey.
Yeah, I mean, it's just always been a thing in my family.
I've never
that one
cooked a turkey.
in the oven. Though, I mean, you can't do that in the deep fryer ones.
It takes way too long to cook.
Yeah, hours. Deep frying doesn't take that long.
Have you ever started
Within
a fire?
an hour? No. That only happens if the bird's not thawed.
I've seen a lot of those videos where they just throw it in frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, stupid. Or like really quickly, you just take your time, just nice and slow. You won't burn shit.
Hmm.
I've done plenty. And then like so I get to carve those ones. I don't get to carve the ones the oven ones cuz that's my dad's job, so.
Old man won't
For
give you the
now.
knife yet, huh?
Well, I mean, like I said, when I make I'm halfway there, you know. I'm halfway there.
Do you have any family traditions for Thanksgiving?
Like as far as like what outside of like rolls, like we don't.
I don't know.
Not really. Like when I
I-
was a
I-
kid, it was like when I was a kid, it was like watching the Macy's Day Parade and like
Okay.
just like hanging out. But traditions, like aside from like the food and like who's bringing what,
I know some people would do like family football games or
yeah, like I said,
don't know.
now like we used to, yeah, but now no, because like we just don't have the people don't exist to do that with.
You said that you felt like Thanksgiving was very commercialized. Do you mean in the sense of like Valentine's Day?
No, like I think it's gotten away from like what it's supposed to be about. I think it's gotten away from what being around what we're thankful for, who we're thankful for, and instead it's like, oh, we do that, but then we hurry up and go shopping, and we
Yeah.
hurry up and go do that, and it's like no, like before it was like I would go spend the whole weekend wherever we were having Thanksgiving. So if it was at my aunt's house, we were down in Vero. If it was at our house, everybody was up here, and it wasn't just for Thanksgiving, it was the whole weekend. So you didn't just eat, you didn't just do that. It was we would go do a whole bunch of stuff, and just enjoy that time with our family. And I'm thankful for it because, like I said, now we're all older. Every cousin is in a different place, so like that doesn't exist. That doesn't happen anymore. And
Yeah.
as much as I would like it to, like I've accepted that that's probably not what I'm gonna experience, and that's okay. Like, but yeah,
I understand. I think that's why I'm excited for this trip, this Thanksgiving, because it's the first time that we're doing something like this. I think that it will be I don't want to sit here and say it'll be the last time, but it's definitely not going to be a yearly thing. Like I said, my first time getting Kinsley in 10 years for Thanksgiving. So I think it will be special. I think it'll be different. Chris, Thanksgiving the last probably 10 years or so has just been, hey, do we want to get together? Well, if you're available, or are you traveling or doing something? And, I think it will be probably the most different Thanksgiving that we've had. And that's exciting to me. It is just something different.
yeah, that's great. That's you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. I think you're gonna probably realize you're gonna probably want to alternate or like do this more often, just because it is something different and it's not the same thing every every year.
Cabins are nice. It's supposed to be like down in the 30s. I think it's supposed to be like down in the 30s and up to the 50s. It's bear season up there, so they said they've seen a lot of bears on the property, which is kind of cool. Callie's like, should I bring my gun? I was like, what are you gonna do? Shoot a bear? She's like, well, yeah.
What kind of gun?
It's just a handgun.
Yeah, but like if it's like not a 10 mil, it's probably not gonna stop a bear.
It's probably not. I don't know enough about guns.
I highly
to
doubt
answer that
your
question.
wife has a 10 millimeter. I highly doubt it.
She's a country girl. She likes to shoot her guns.
I mean, but nobody.
No,
That's like that's to kill bears. You know, like.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it is, but it's definitely not that. It's definitely not that.
No, it's probably a 380 or 9 mil if I had to guess.
When Thanksgiving comes, do you? So, I used to do this a lot, especially back in like college, and I think just because it's like I had more friends, immediate friends in college, and every time they go off, I'd miss them. So I'd shoot them a text, say Happy Thanksgiving, hope you have a great day, and I'm so thankful for you. And now I think I probably text maybe 10 people on Thanksgiving, but it is to send out like, hey, I'm very thankful for, maybe whatever's happened relative to that Thanksgiving that year. Do you send out text messages to anybody? Is that something that you do?
I do send out text messages. I guess that would be a tradition. I guess that is something I do. I do take the time on that day when I'm vegging out, because what else is there to do? To reach out to people especially people I know I haven't talked to in a while, to make sure that they know that even though maybe we haven't talked in a while, that I do appreciate them and I am thankful for them, and that I'm going to try to do better, about, either seeing them or talking to them more. But even if I fail at that, just know that they still are important to me, and it's not personal that I don't reach out. Like it has nothing. And when I do think about them, I do make sure to reach out. So
I love that.
That is something I know I am good at. Is when I do think about you and I hadn't talked to you in a while, I do make sure to reach out.
What? One thing that I'm gonna have to do this Thanksgiving is send out a thankful text to the real godmother of my daughter.
Yeah, you probably should do that.
What I found out last week is sitting here talking to Michelle, how we both somehow agreed that she was the godmother to my daughter. I get a text message that says, Chris, I'm Kinsley's godmother. And I'm like, oh shit, you're right, you are. So I'm definitely going to have to be apologizing to Candace and letting her know how thankful I am and how thankful I am that she's the godmother to my daughter.
Like that's crazy. Like when you sent me that, I was like, that's incredible. I can't believe that. Dude, both of you just were like, yep, no, and just kept going. And I'm over here, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And like and then like I said, I had no idea. So how was I supposed to know?
When she texted me, though, I was so embarrassed. I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, no, don't worry about it. But I'm like, man, that's fucked up. It's fucked up of me. Anyways.
Man, that is pretty fucked up, dude.
Speaking of,
it's like I know I don't know Sam's godmother personally, but I know who she is, and I know that, and I definitely know who her godfather is. One of my best friends.
How do you not know her personally, though? You didn't meet her?
It was Lisa's. It was somebody Lisa. It wasn't like my person, I guess. Like I.
Oh, but like you've met her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's not like it wasn't some random off the street. Like, hey, I need you to be at this mass. Do you think you'd help me out?
I just meant in the sense of like
somebody. It wasn't like met her before. It wasn't like a lifelong friend, like her godfather. I mean, her godfather is Daryl. So, and now he wasn't even lifelong, but I mean high school on
Well, that's
friend.
it's an interesting thing. Godfathers, and godmothers, and
Yeah, I mean that one. Honestly, it would have definitely been one of my brothers, but my ex-wife was just not into that whole thing. So I like I said, it would have definitely been one of those two, and probably Eric just because of age. But my like I said, my ex-wife would not have had that. Like nah, she hates him for whatever reason. He's never done anything to her, so I really don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. But whatever, it's all good.
it's all gravy, baby.
Daryl's a great guy. It's
So speaking of gravy, right? We talked about the traditions, the food, and I think the only way to kind of close out the episode is to talk about, maybe what we're actually thankful for.
okay.
I mean, anybody listening, I want you to think about something that you're grateful for this year that maybe no one knows about, or maybe that you haven't voiced out loud, and think to yourself, what's something you are grateful for, even if you've had a bad month, a bad year, whatever it might be. Just know that like this time is I mean, you should be thankful for things every day, and I think that's like I was talking about Valentine's, where you should love that person every day. But this is a special time to be thankful out loud and reach out to people. And like Nick said, right? Maybe you text somebody that you haven't talked to let them know that, hey, I'm thankful and I appreciate you, but life is very hectic, and maybe I haven't been, the best person to be around, or, the best person, the most available person, or whatever it might be. So, Nick, what's something that you're thankful for that maybe no one knows about, or that people wouldn't expect to hear?
Oh, so now I'm put on the spot for some random things. What am I thankful for that no one would expect?
It's a tough question.
Yeah, no, because I wasn't like expecting like something that somebody wouldn't expect.
Hey, just like Big Brother, expect the unexpected.
And yeah, that's so lame.
All right, how about just something that you're thankful for that maybe has come into place for you this year? You've gone through in the last year with your sobriety and everything that we've talked about in the past. You've had a lot of very, very positive changes in the last year. So
I'm thankful for those things. If it's this year specific, I'm thankful for the being sober for a year. I'm thankful for the relationship that I'm in. She's an amazing person. So I'm definitely thankful for that. I'm thankful for her, her son and all that she brings into my life. I'm thankful for, I guess, the cat that I have now. I was fostering it, and I believe if we go back, I mean that was like June maybe that I went when it started, and I think at this point I don't think it's going anywhere. So I think CB's officially mine. So I guess I'm
CB?
thankful for. Yeah, they named him like Cutie Batootie or some crap, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So I call him CB, and because he's an orange cat, he's Cheddar Bay. So like for a Cheddar Bay biscuit. Yeah, so he's CB. He's just CB for short.
That's funny. Are
we
you
just
turning
call
into
him
a crazy
CB.
cat lady?
Hell no, no, no. He's super chill. I was actually talking about like I was not even talking about. I was thinking about it today. I'm like, I don't want to jinx it, but like I haven't even seen a hairball. Like I like he's pretty chill. So like it's all right. But no, I'm not a crazy cat lady by any means. I don't think I have a lot of time for animals, so like
That's fair.
a cat's he's kind of perfect. He was kind of an old, not an older cat, but like older. He wasn't a kitten. He kind of just chills. So when I'm home, I'll play and stuff like that. But
Are hairballs a real
I can't
thing?
have a dog. Yeah, I mean, they can be. I mean, with him, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't seen one
Like, is it
unless he's doing them
something they
somewhere.
throw
Like I
up?
have. Yeah,
I've never had a cat before.
it's their hair. Like
From cleaning
they'll
themselves.
ingest so much hair. Yeah, and then they'll throw it up.
Gross.
So I don't know. But I'm trying to like what else this year. My job. I'm thankful for my job. What's happened the last year, with that, the promotion, everything that's going with that has been extremely positive. That's just this year. I mean, I'm obviously thankful for my family, my daughter, yeah, those things. But I was trying to just answer your question first. But yeah, that's probably not. I mean, not probably. That's definitely not it. I'm sure I'll think about more in the next few minutes. But off the top of the head, like what I'm thankful for this year specifically. Oh yeah, like my good friend Craig and his wife had their son Enzo, so I'm thankful for that. I'm gonna get to meet him here in the next month, so thankful for that. Just this year's overall been very positive. I don't want to link it to the not drinking thing, but after this year in general has been very good and very positive. So
I love to hear it. I love to hear it.
what about you, buddy? What are you thankful for this year?
I think, as cheesy as it sounds, I'm very thankful for this podcast. In the aspect that,
Oh yeah.
well, I mean, just I think I'm most thankful for a lot of reconnections that have happened because of this podcast. Whether it be people reaching out to me to say, "Hey, I've listened to a few episodes," or "I'm actively listening," or I'd love to be on. It's been opening conversations and doors that haven't been open in some cases 10 or 15 years. And I'm checking in more with people that I hadn't actively talked to, and I'm talking to people that maybe I haven't heard from in a few years. And I think that that's what I'm most thankful for, because like you've mentioned and I've mentioned before, this has been very therapeutic for me. I have had a lot less anxiety. Stress is always there. There's stressors in everyday life. And even though sometimes doing this right now, recording has been hectic, I'm thankful to have, a partner like you, a partner like Preston when we started, to where, you're very fluid in your availability. We're able to shift times around or shift days around without really anything bad happening. We haven't butt heads on anything creatively. And I think that that's awesome because we're in like the same thought space. So it just everything about this experience right here, I'm thankful for, because it's been better than I could have ever imagined. As cheesy as that sounds, because we're here talking about the podcast, it definitely is relevant to my here and now.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I didn't think about it like that, but once you said it, that's why I had the outburst, because I'm like, no, yeah, for sure. Like I'm definitely thankful for this outlet. Creatively, it's been a lot because I've some of my other stuff I've put on the back burner because of this. Not that it's not. That's just me. Like I have the time. I could easily do the other stuff, but learning some of the back end stuff that we've been wanting to do and stuff is time consuming.
Oh,
And
yeah,
uh
and we're not even there. We haven't we
no,
haven't even released any of it.
right. And so like that part of and that part of it has been it's been fun. It's definitely, and like I said, like you said, I guess I'm definitely thankful for it as well. And that we are on the same page with where we want this to go and how we want it to get there and things like that. So
Yeah,
you're definitely not wrong.
do you think it's funny where we opened up the episode talking about how hard of a time the end of year can be, how hectic the end of year can be, how draining and emotional it can be. Do you think that most people forget to give themselves credit at this time of the year? Like, hey, I survived another year. Like there's only 5 weeks left in this year, and out of all the ups and downs, the good or bads, whatever negatives or positives happened, like I should give myself credit for surviving another 11 and a half months of a year.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. I mean, that's for sure. I don't know about surviving, or like I think you should give yourself credit throughout the whole year, not just at the end of it. Like whenever you're going through a hard time, you think you need to find like the good in whatever's going on. So I don't know. I think waiting until the end of the year to do a resolution, I think, I was gonna say the R word, but asinine. How about that? I think waiting for because it's just like, why wait? Just start now.
Well, I'm not saying a resolution, but
I'm not
I say
saying,
surviving.
I know you didn't. I wasn't gonna. But I'm just like, I brought it to that part. You know what I mean? Like, I know you didn't say resolution. But it's just at the same time, it's like, well, why wait? Like, why wait to give yourself credit till the end of the year?
Well, in the sense that maybe people are struggling. Maybe they're struggling financially, right? Maybe they got laid off and it's June or July, and you're like, well, shit, how am I going to get to October, November, right? I'm just saying from a positivity perspective is the credit.
That's what I was going to say. I think if you need it, I think that's a great thing. I think looking at it to be like, oh, I got through this. I got through getting through the holidays. That's like getting through the holidays is like, oh, I made it through. Like and I think we always worry about that, right? Getting through the holidays, making sure that our kids are light up on Christmas and they don't have like a bad experience, like Santa didn't listen or things like that. And I think when you get through it, I think that's probably a good thing. But at the same time, it's like your kids are probably going to be happy with whatever. So it's like to sit there and worry about it and get all worked up about it. It's like, I don't know if that's the answer, but definitely always give yourself credit when credit's due. I think a lot of us tend to not do that. I think we need that. I guess for me, that would tend to lead to a lot of like just negative thoughts. It's like, oh, I'm not good enough or things like that. If I didn't start giving didn't give myself credit, like if I look back at my job and I'm like, oh, I didn't do anything this week. It's like, no, I did a lot, but it just doesn't, I didn't want to do what I wanted to do. I didn't get to finish this because of XYZ, but because of that, we made, tens of thousands of dollars in this aspect because I helped here, so
Yeah.
It's finding, I think it's, give yourself that if you need it. If you need that extra boost for morale to get yourself through the holidays, get yourself through those extra few weeks, there's nothing wrong with that.
Are you excited for the end of the year, the new year, the turn of the calendar? What's next for you in the next few months? Next few weeks?
A lot. I gotta get a bunch of stuff tidied up for the beginning of the year, because January 26th, there's like a new rule that goes into effect that makes NFA items cheaper. So like suppressors and short barrel rifles become, you don't have to pay $200 for the tax stamp anymore. So we expect to be, selling the crap out of our stuff. And the 9mm that I've been prototyping, we are finally going to be moving to production. I need to get with Hugo about boxes. I need help designing a box, so I'm going to get with her. We talked about it. So I'm finally
that's
in
awesome.
the position. We finally finalized the design, so I can finally get with her.
Really? That's cool. That's awesome. I'm glad she can help you out with that.
About what the outside is going to look like, and hopefully
so cool.
Get that done. Hopefully I can get the boxes done before the end of January. The last time it took 2 months, so I'm hoping that if I could get them finalized this week, not the boxes, but the die for the boxes finalized this week, everything should be fine, because it's just printing that might take some time. So worst case, I'll get plain boxes first, but best case, like I'll only order like 100 of like the plain ones, and then I'll get the good ones. But beginning of the year, SHOT Shows in January. Trying to go out there.
Shows?
Yeah, SHOT Show. It's the
like a gun show.
It's the industry event that's out in Vegas. So it's like every player in the game has a booth there. We're gonna try to present in 27. So I want to go out there and show, like, bring like a few of the like higher ups, just to be like, hey, this is what it's actually gonna take to actually present here. I don't want to half-ass it. If this is gonna be like our national rollout, like I don't want to fuck it up.
Dope. When
and by that,
when are you gonna be in Vegas?
That's middle, or I think I want to say like the middle of the month, end of the month of January. It's middle to end of January.
Preston and I just booked January 8th to 12th. So
yeah, I
don't
the think it's that early. I want to say it's end of January. I'll look tonight, but I don't believe it's that early.
All right,
but I'm telling you, if I'll be busy as shit though. Like I don't know about anything. I don't know if I'll have time to do anything else. But that's the beginning of the year.
Is there anything that this year has taught you that you're going to be taking over into next year?
Hopefully the patience that I've gained this year will continue to gain. On the understanding that I've had for like the last few months of just how I am and how I can be, and just having a good understanding of myself. I hope to continue to bring that into next year and grow there as well. Sobriety, I guess. Just keep going with that.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
It's funny you say patience, because I was thinking that I have been working very heavily on my patience with the kids and with Callie, and we've had a lot going on this year. We're a single income household. I've mentioned that before, and I think things get dicey at times. But I've learned to communicate better. I don't know if it's from this or if it's just it's something that I told myself I wanted to work on very early this year. Like when Callie and I tried therapy, it was because I knew that communication was a weak point of mine. So just whether it's communication with her about, tough relationship conversations that we have to have, or communication with the kids and not just yelling at them to yell, but, talking to them to understand, or just navigating, like I said, communication with friendships. Like, hey, like you mentioned, I still value you, I still appreciate you, but life is very hectic right now, and I wish I could communicate more. I'll try to communicate better, and I just think that's been very important. And as cheesy as it sounds, again, just not knocking people as much, even if it's just bros being bros, or in the fantasy football groups where it used to be like, oh, that's just the way that we talk to each other in fantasy football. I've been very mindful of just not putting people down to put them down, whether it's real or fake. And I think that's been a part of getting better at communication. And that's something that I look to continue to grow.
No, that's great. No, the fantasy football thing has been kind of crazy to see. Like, it's still there, like the back and forth, but it is not like it ever was. It's like there's like everyone's getting along. It's kind of eerie. Like, I don't know if it's getting older or like people are just understand how people are. Like, even when like Badger does what he does, it's not like before where everybody was just like popping off and like arguing and things like that. It's kind of just
You know what it is, right? We've all found a common vice in fucking weekly gambling together. That's
the
what
gambling.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but even then, it's
we've put aside our differences
Craig and-
of fighting in fantasy and fighting over trades and fighting over all this shit.
so now we all just gang up on the people who destroy our parlays because it's like Craig is trying to make Fannin work, and it's like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like,
Yeah,
did
that's what it
Fannin
is.
score today? I don't think Fannin scored. So it's like, why do we keep putting that in? Like, we know that's not going to happen. We just need to, like, okay, we'll do yards for Fannin. Like, I'll do yards all day. I like the TDs for people that have scored twice all year. It's like, come on, guys. It's like, yeah, it might happen, and I might get shot tomorrow. Like, it doesn't.
He had 4 catches for 40 yards, no touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. But I would have bet on him over 40, and then look, we would have covered. We at least would have hit the 40. 39.5 is what it would have given us, and we would have hit.
Oh Lord, give me your last take on Thanksgiving, and one last Thanksgiving thankfulness to wrap up the episode.
Yeah, no, I'm thankful. Man, I'm really thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for what it's done to our friendship. I'm thankful for just I'm thankful for like what it's done for like it's aside for our friendship, but just like how I knew it was gonna bring us closer because we didn't know a lot about each other when we first started this, but like what it's done for like I want to come over to Tampa to hang out with your family and stuff. It's like it's not just the podcast, it's deeper than that. Like,
Sure.
And I'm super thankful for that. And what was the other part? What was the other question?
There was no part or question. It was just your last thoughts on Thanksgiving, your last thoughts on thankfulness, and
oh yeah, my last thoughts on Thanksgiving is just enjoy your family, and family is whoever you want it to be. It's not necessarily blood, but enjoy your family, enjoy that time, enjoy your time off, just try to relax, recharge, yeah, eat a bunch of food.
Yeah.
Like enjoy. I mean, play games, get drunk. Don't
Amen.
drive.
How you know, my last take is that holidays are messy. They're messy, they're emotional, they're stressful, but they can also be beautiful, and you know, you can get through them together. And if you feel alone, you know, just know that I'm somebody you can reach out to. And I've said this to my friends all the time. You know, unfortunately, I won't be in Tampa this year for Thanksgiving, but you know, if there's anybody in the Tampa, Orlando area who doesn't have somebody to celebrate Thanksgiving with, and they don't want to be alone, you know, my home is always open to those people. If this year has stretched you or changed you, or you've grown, or it's taught you things, you know, that's something to honor, and make sure that you thank yourself and you give yourself credit. Gratitude, while it doesn't fix everything, it does help you keep moving forward, and it does help you build those building blocks. And that's, you know, my take on Thanksgiving, my take on thankfulness, and my new attitude as I go into next year is to just be thankful. And I lost where I was going with that. So if any part of today's episode hit home, please share it with a friend. Tag us at CrodsPod on Instagram. Help us keep this conversation going. From the You Good podcast, Nick and I both wish you, or hope that you have, a happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate you for being here. We're thankful that you listen and you tune in with us every week. We do drop new episodes every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. We are live on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. If you have a story, a topic, or just need to vent, email us at crodspod@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. As always, we are here to talk to or talk for you. Our safe space is your outlet. Until next time, happy Thanksgiving. Live fast, eat ass, and pass the mashed potatoes.
We're not perfect. Them demons watching, but they will not stop.